So, yes, they were in Ottawa, which the unfortunately named city in Canada that sounds like the noise you make right before you vomit. But in Ontario, that's that's, I think, as I remember, I've been there once. I spent a month there one night. And I think that's close to Montreal as you can get, isn't it, in Ontario? So it's still a hometown crowd. It's the home country crowd. You know them Canadians, they're proud people. Proud people. So Sami comes out first thing, and it's Sing Along with Sami. They articulate his song, even though it's an instrumental, and they chant Sami and ole, 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 ole. Apparently now that, see, I was thinking that was some fucking bullfight thing, right? But which went along with El Generico being a luchador from Mexico. And that's why but apparently that's a Montreal thing. Did you know this?
I don't know what's what, because when Jose Reyes came up to the Mets in like 2003, 2004, the Mets fans all started chanting, Jose, 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 Jose. So I don't know where it originates from, to be quite honest with you. The words may be different, but that
Jose,
theme.
Jose, Jose, no way, no way. But no, they do it at the Canadians games or whatever. They do the ole ole. That's what I've now read. But they love him, and he's in the ring, and he's looking down. He's got the aw shucks, and he's humble and lovable, is our dear Sami the Shoeshine Boy. Humble and lovable. And then he's
the right guy for you know what?
Oh, this is perfect. Yeah,
he's handled this just so well.
It's genuine emotion because he's proud of this, as well as him being able to be a great public speaker, which you can show emotion, but if you can't say suey if the hogs have you, then that doesn't work. And you can talk all you want if you just sound like one of these artificial intelligent whatever. Although they sound better than some of the boys now. But anyway, he did a perfect babyface promo. And with emotion and inflection in his delivery, and he feels guilty. Well, he thanked the fans for the responses he's been getting. They chant, you deserve it. And that's why he feels guilty that he let the people down, that he came just that short. And they're, oh, no, Sami, there's sympathy. He's building up some sympathy. But then he redeems himself in his viewpoint. He said, I realize the story around here is never over, but we are entering the final chapter. Now, I'm not sure about that verbiage. He said the story is never over, but we're entering the final chapter. You can't have your Kate and Edith too, you rascal you. Oh, lady you. But it was a great babyface promo. It said exactly what needed to be said after he didn't win the title, but nobody's blaming him. And then he shifts gears. But there's one person I need to talk to. And you could tell the people wanted to see this. And they knew somehow these two were going to interact. I need to talk to one person, Kevin Owens. And the music plays and he gets a big pop. Not as big as Sami's, but it was there. And he comes out to the ring and listens to Sami because he's got the non-committal kind of stern face on. And again, the pitch here from Sami, I'm not talking about a tonal pitch, I'm talking the sales pitch, was perfect. I guess I need to say thank you. I need to say I'm sorry, but we're past that point, I guess, of words with all that's gone on. Sami's voice was quivering. And he makes the proposition to KO that you only care about taking down the bloodline. And I want to take down the bloodline. But you haven't been able to do it alone, and I can't do it alone. But, and he builds it up, we can do it together. And there's the big pop from the people. Oh, they think they're going to see the joyous hug. And Owens, that cranky bastard, shuts him right down. I don't need thanks. I don't need an apology. I didn't do it for you. I did it for your family and for my family. My family had to watch me get the shit kicked out of me back at the wherever the show was. And I didn't want them, your family, to have to go through the same thing that mine did. And he fired up really good. And basically he said, I've been doing this alone and I'm going to keep doing it alone because I'm done with you. And if you need any help, ask your buddy Jay. And he walked off, and people were booing because they thought they were going to get to see that big hug. But this is perfect because we haven't tied everything up in the neat little bow. Now we got to wonder what the fuck is going to motivate grumpy old Grinch Kevin to finally re-embrace his ginger friend. And we've got, what is it? We've got 6 weeks to WrestleMania or thereabouts, don't we? 6 weekends of TV before we find out if and or when that KO and Sami will reunite against, Jimmy and Jay, potentially, if they're not. It's great. So I love the opening segment.
Considering who was in this segment, and you had to do something like this because the pay-per-view was over the weekend and everyone was talking about it, the buzz was there. But from here to WrestleMania, would you use these guys, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, I'll throw Cody on that list, the Usos, would you use them on both shows?
Well, as a rule of thumb, just say, okay, we got to do it. No, you don't want to do that. But Sammy's already been crossing back and forth. He can hop in
right
anytime he wants under cover of darkness in the hoodie, the magic hoodie. Owens may be harder to disguise or sneak in. They might have to wheel him in a piano case so nobody sees him. But no, I kid. I kid and I send the love. But yeah, they've got to be able to pop up. They're both working from different places to the same purpose, to get at the bloodline. So they've got to be able to pop up where they might not be expected in order to do something like that. And wouldn't it be fun if both of them independently of each other popped up in the same place trying to do something and fucking they had a double knockout and cross paths? Oh, there you are. I mean, there's all kinds of things they can do.
And like we talked about, Cody could be the one to unite them. And we still don't know how Jey Uso is going to fit into this.
Yeah, because already they know, and now somebody smart and or bald-headed and bulbous is having a heavy input in this program, and he at least knew, I think, because we knew. If we knew it, pretty sure he knew it. Maybe some of the other ones did too. That Cody and Sami had to be bosom buddies in some fashion and in support of each other's efforts before they went into this thing, or there could be some, rabble rousing on the issue, but they have already done that. And now, again, like you said, can Cody be the guy to reunite these former friends to try to take the bloodline down there? Or is it going to be a thing where Sami pitches the idea to Owens, and because that way it comes from him, that, hey, if you and I were to be together and stop the Usos, because maybe something will happen between Jay and Sami, and the fact that we've got this many ideas indicates, again, how much fun it is. Maybe then Sami says to Owens, if we stop the Usos, there'll be nobody to bail out fucking Roman when Cody fights him in the main event. If we do something with Solo, blah, blah, blah. But they're all working for the same ends. They're just independent until at whatever point they come together.
Cody shows up as a surprise on SmackDown, or you announce it in advance. Cody has a big announcement. He's going to make it on SmackDown this week, of all places. Shows up, calls out Owens, calls out Zayn, says, this is our one chance. It's like Star Wars. You have one shot at the Death Star. This is our one shot. And we can't wait around to see what the hell Jey Uso's going to do. WrestleMania? I take down Roman Reigns. This guy's come out and insulted my family. He's insulted me. I got one mission. I'm going to take down Roman Reigns. If we want to destroy the bloodline, you guys got to take down the Usos.
There you go.
There it is.
But then who's going to contend with that walking juggernaut, Paul Heyman?
Let's save that for later in the show, because the smile is growing up my face right now. Let's save that for later in the show. But